Sometimes we don't realize. We could say something, on Shabbos Kodesh especially. Someone has a beautiful sign that says, keep the Shabbos table holy. Someone made these beautiful cards, someone in my shir. Shabbos Kodesh is a time where a person has to be careful, extra careful. During the week we're also careful with our language, but especially Shabbos Kodesh. So much so the Yerushalmi says that there were tzaddikim that didn't say anything on Shabbos Kodesh. I heard Rav Pinchas Shaibek Zichar Vacha used to have tiniest dibul. He would only speak things of Torah, many different levels. But I think a person, us, simple people, we could take upon ourselves the Shabbos Kodesh, no negativity. Listen to how powerful a small negative statement can mean. If you open up Chelik Ches in Igros Moshe, written by his grandchildren, there's Askama there from Rav David and Reuven Feinstein, his children, and it gives a beautiful history of Moshe Feinstein. Page 15 relates the following story that took place in the town where Moshe Feinstein Zichron Livacha was a Rav, I think it was called Luban. He relates the fact, and he's trying to show how holy and what level the townspeople that lived in Luban were. He says they were close to Ruach, they had to have Ruach HaKodesh. And he relates the following story, that once one of his congregants, one of the Balabatim, was very ill. And Moshe came to visit him. He was on his deathbed. And he was suffering from a very strange sickness. His tongue was swollen and drooping over. No one knew what it was. And Moshe came. And the Balabas told Moshe, I want to tell you. He asked everyone to leave. And he said, I want to tell you why I have the sickness. He said, and I had it. He said the following. He said, in a dream last night, the daughters of Lot came to me in the dream. And they gave me admonition. They said they admonished me for the fact that I spoke negative about them. On Shabbos, I was schmoozing. And I had said, how is it possible from the daughters of Lot, which came the nations of Ammon and Moav? Moav is the origin of Mashiach Tzidkenu. How is that possible? They had relations with their father. How is it possible? And I spoke very negative about them. And the daughters of Lot came to me in a dream and they told me that we heard what you said. And you should know that the reason why we named our children and made sure it was clear that the children that come from us came from us and came from our father is because we wanted to make sure that no one should make a mistake, like has happened in history, that someone might think we had miracle, we were saved. We were saved because we were from the family of Avram, we were saved from the town of Sodom with Lot himself. People might make a mistake and think we were impregnated, kivyochel chas v'shalom, by God himself. So we wanted to make sure no one's going to make that mistake. But you spoke about us in a belittling way, in a degrading way. And therefore, you're going to get punished the same way the Meraglim, the same type of punishment which Chazal described, that the tongue was swollen and hanging over. And this person turned to Moshe Feinstein and he said, and this is the punishment that I got. And then he turned to the other side, to the wall, and he left the world. And Moshe Feinstein he said that he felt this was true. It was an absolute true story, and what he said was true. And this is what he used to say over. And it shows us how powerful. We just had the Gemara in Masechet Sanhedrin says the same thing, that the 10 tribes, are they going to return or not return? The reason why there's an opinion that says the 10 tribes, that are lost 10 tribes are not going to return, is because when they came to the towns that Sancheir brought them, they said this is a better place than Israel. That's it. A person has to be so careful. And Avai, if we learn from the negative to the positive, it means that negative statements have such an effect. Imagine what it means to say something positive, to say a good compliment to your wife or to your kids, to stop over right before Shabbos and say, I want to thank you for being so kind, for having a smile on your face, for helping me out this week. Make a call to someone. Positive energy and positive language. Have a gewaldige Shabbos.